Okay, par 5.
Par 5. This is where we need to
get some birdies, huh?
Get some birdies and eagles, hopefully.
And eagles, that's right. Okay.
All right.
So let me ask you this. If I teed off first, if I hit my driver first, like how do I know whose turn it is to go if we're all playing on the same tee box? Like who gets to hit their ball first?
It's called you have the honor on the next tee if you had the lowest score on the previous hole. Okay. If you all tied, it's whoever was from before. And then let's say you all made 5s on the hole before.
Okay.
But the hole before that you made a 4 and everybody else made 5, 6, and 7s, you would still have the honor. And that could go on until someone shoots a better score than you on a hole, and then they would get to go first the next hole.
Does that usually happen in casual golf too?
No, not really.
Not really.
I mean, depends how serious you are, but not really. You just kind of play ready golf. When you're ready to go, just go tee up.
What is ready golf?
Ready golf is to just hit when you're ready. So that the stuff we talked about, you know, furthest away hits.
Yep.
When you're just playing ready golf and trying to just move along a little bit faster, it's like, hey, if your cart pulls up and your buddy's on the phone or taking a call, you just get up and hit. Even though they might have the honor, just get up and hit and let's go. Let's kind of get going.
So it's something you kind of have to establish before you start the game. It's like, let's just do some ready golf today.
Yeah, or you can do it on the fly too. Hey, we're getting behind, let's play some ready golf. Let's pick up the pace. Let's play some ready golf. Let's just go.
Speaking of pace, what do you do if you are just in a position where you're holding people up?
Well, if you're self-conscious about that or you're a little slow beginning golfers, it's easy just to pull over to the side and say, hey guys, or ladies behind us, why don't you guys go through? We're a little slow today. Why don't you guys just go through us and let us through?
Is there a universal sign? Does this just mean that's it, right?
Like if you see
someone.
Yeah, you pull the cart to the side and you can say, wave them on. Or when you're done a hole, you wait for them on the next tee box.
Okay.
And they finish the hole, they drive up, and you're just waiting. You haven't hit yet. You're just like, hey, we're waiting for you guys. We want you to go through.
And that's so appreciated, huh?
It's appreciated, yeah. If they're waiting and you're not, and if there's not a big backup. Some days where it's really busy, it doesn't really matter because you'd be waiting anyways. Okay. So even if they went through, they're going to catch the next group and the next group and the next group.
Yeah.
But if it's not that busy and you're holding the group up, it's courtesy to like pull over and say, hey, guys, go through, or girls, go through.
And so then you'd go to the side and you'd let them finish the hole?
No, you just tee off. As soon as they tee off and get out of the way, and then you can hit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, as soon as they're out of your way, you hit. They don't have to finish the hole, but as soon as they're out of their way, they're back in their carts and on their way.
Oh, okay. Then you hit.
And be ready to hit.
Yeah,
like, be ready.
Be ready.
Be ready again. Like, be ready. Don't be on the cart and you look up and they're already down the hole and they're like, shoot, now the next group's catching us behind us.
Does that ever give you anxiety?
No, it's pretty easy.
I have anxiety just thinking about it.
It's pretty easy. Just be ready. Just kind of be paying attention, be mindful. It's just like, okay, we just let that group through. Where are they? It looks like they've all almost hit. Okay, we better get ready to hit.
Okay.
You know?
All right.
This is a par 5. It's the longest one of the 3 types of holes. So this is going to take, we'd like to get there in 3. Real powerful players will get there in 2 shots. And beginners are going to be 4, 5, and 6 shots to get to the hole. So again, we're going to be hitting that driver off the tee to get it out there as far as we can. And then we're going to be, whatever level we're at, comfort to get some loft on the club to get the ball in the air, to kind of moving it forward. And
can I use the driver again?
Well, no, because of that when the ball is sitting in the ground, on the ground, there's not much loft with the driver at all.
Because you cannot tee up anywhere except for the tee box.
Except for the tee box, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that ball sitting on the ground with the driver, that's a very, very advanced shot. And you know, we're not talking about that. So we want to use loft. We want to use our rescue club, or like a 6-iron or 7-iron or 8-iron once we get it onto the fairway or the rough, and move, just kind of keep it moving forward.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay, what do you do if you hit the ball onto the cart path?
Yeah, and this happens quite a bit when you're playing golf course. The ball might roll off the fairway and move onto a cart path. You just take your nearest point where it went on. There's no penalty for taking.
Oh, there's no penalty?
No, there's no penalty for taking the ball off the cart path. You don't want to wreck your clubs and hit it off here.
Right.
In tournament golf, we might sometimes hit it off here as pros because it's the ball sitting cleanly and it might be deep rough beside, but most of the time you're just taking your nearest point. So you take your stance, and I'm not touching anything. I'm not touching the cart path. I take my nearest stance, 1 club, and drop the ball in there.
Nearest stance.
Nearest point.
And then 1 club.
And then that's where you would set the.
Oh, okay. This is where.
That's where you set it down. So you put a tee down here.
Okay.
And you'd set your club that way, and you put another tee here, and you drop between those 2. Boom, you're on your way.
Can I drop it on the shorter grass?
Yeah.
If it allows, right?
Yes, if it allows, and that club length And you can use your longest club. You can use a driver.
Okay.
So to get a couple extra, you know, a little bit more room.
Okay.
And it might take you to the fairway.
Okay.
So.
Got it.
Yeah, but no penalty.
Okay,
no.
When do you have to take a stroke?
So like on the other hole, when we explain when the ball goes in the water and you take a 1-stroke penalty. When you hit the ball out of bounds, it's the same, but you have to re-tee from the spot. If the ball goes out of bounds, those are white stakes.
Okay.
And if it goes beyond the boundary of the white stakes, that's considered out of bounds.
Okay.
And the penalty for that is a 1-stroke penalty and distance. So you have to hit from where you originally hit from.
Okay.
So if you hit your tee shot, your first shot out of bounds, you have to hit from the same spot on the tee box, and you're hitting 3 from the tee box. Where if you hit in the water, you get to go up where it crossed and then hit your shot with the stroke penalty. When it's out of bounds, you have to hit from the same spot.
That sucks.
I know, out of bounds is the worst.
The worst. Okay, so I think we've covered all of our bases.
Yeah.
I just want to remind everyone that golf should be fun. And if there is a situation where you don't want to play your ball in the rough, you pick your ball up and you put it where you want, right?
Well, especially when you're learning the game. Yeah. I mean, if you have a terrible lie and the ball's sitting in a really bad spot, just pick it up, move it to a spot, just hit. You're trying to learn the game. You're trying to learn the mechanics of just moving right and getting your swing down. Let's not make it too complicated.
Yeah, and if you start getting frustrated, that's when it's like, just play the ball where you want to play it.
Yeah.
You know, don't feel like you have to hit it out of the sand if you hit it in the sand. Like.
Yeah, until you're to that point where you know how to hit out of the sand, I would suggest even picking it up out of there. Yeah. And moving it to an easier spot of a shot that you know that you can kind of keep moving, because that can be frustrating. And that's, you know, you're going to get to that point at somewhere down the line where you're going to know how to hit a sand shot, bunker shot. But in the beginning stages, it is kind of let's keep it fun and not too frustrating, because it's a hard game.
Yeah,
it is a hard game. So we want to have these baby steps and build as we go forward.
I love it. Babe, thank you so much.
It's Coach Weirzy to you, remember?
I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
Thank you, Coach Weirzy.
No, I was happy. I'm glad you're getting out more, playing more,
Yeah.
and you have some friends that are playing. Jen and a bunch of your friends are playing, and just explaining some of these subtle things can maybe help you guys and make it more fun. And because it's, for myself, we take these things for granted. A player like me that plays it all the time, and it's second nature.
Yeah.
But when you're new to the game, there's so many little subtleties to pick up on to, make you enjoy the game a little bit more, because it can be difficult. If you're pulling the wrong clubs and you don't know where to go, and it can seem tedious, some of these little tips you may pick up make it a lot more fun and easier.
We really just want to eliminate all of the stress factors, all of the anxiety factors, so that people can just go out and have a good time. So I think we got a lot done.
Yeah. I do too.
Thanks,
Hope
babe.
so.
Thanks, babe.
Hey.
Thank you so much for following along. We really hope that you found some really good tips that might help you enjoy the game of golf even more. Let us know what you think in the comments below. We're really glad that you're here with us on this 4-all journey. See you next time.